turn my mic up so y'all heard me talking to my baby, huh?
No,
I didn't hear anything.
And like I said, man, you can go as long as you like.
Okay.
We go over time.
Okay.
Cool.
You know, I'm trying not to be too long. You know.
No, focus as much as you want.
Cool.
It's all about you. It's all about you.
Man, whatever works for you.
Yeah,
Whatever works for you.
me and that other guest, man, we talked for like, went over the market 2 hours long for all students. Long enough. People were like, this is good.
Yeah, dude, it can run long sometimes. But, you know, I mean, I don't know, for some people that's good, you know, because some people have a longer attention span. But some of these, you know, some of the younger folks, you know, they want, you know, 90 seconds in a cloud of dust.
Mark, let me know when. Let me know when. All right, here we go.
Attention. You are now tuned in to Pass the Controller.
Game on. Round table, show me your moves.
Now these moves get good and get in the groove.
Gears of war like Sonic hopping the tuck.
You don't want the smoke, you'll get bodied by big nuts.
Come for the character, stay for the content.
Fans from the elite to the civic binding.
Conventions are streamed, the topics deceased.
Tell them tune in. Peace and hair grease.
Let's go, baby.
Peace and hair grease.
Pass that, pass that, pass that, pass the controller. Pass that, pass that, pass that, pass the controller. Pass that, pass that, pass that, pass the controller. Pass that, pass that, pass that, pass the controller.
What's up, PTC Nation? Listen, happy March, man. We are back again for another episode of Pass Controller, man. Listen, you're for a special treat, man, because, I mean, we got an awesome special guest I cannot wait to talk to. But before we go to him, man, listen, you already know, man, I'm McNucks, Salty's Gamer Live, man. And we're going to go around the table, as always, introducing the usual co-host, man. My man, Civ, right next to me. Civ, how you been, man? What's up with you?
Yo, what's up, Nux? How you doing, man? I'm
good,
excited
man.
for this one. This is another good one. We've had a really good lineup of guests this year, and we're continuing the trend. This is a pretty cool one, too. I'm going to let Smoke take it from there, set this thing off, and introduce him for us.
What's up, y'all? This is the gamer that everyone warned your mother about. I'm here. I'm the Smoke here with Pass the Controller. I am honored today to have a good friend who is now going to be a good friend of our show. This man is a renaissance man in the entertainment industry. He has a voice that made James Earl Jones proud, Barry White head for the hills. I mean, this man has done it all, from kids shows to film to video games, and we're going to talk about all of that. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, Geno Segers. What's going on, brother?
Woo!
Man, I don't know if I can live up to that introduction, man. You're going to have to back off on that thing. Now they're going to just be let down. They just going to be let down, bro. Look what you done.
Oh, man. How's it going today, brother?
Man, I'm telling you, man, I'm hanging in there, bro. It's a little warm out here in Vegas, but we're going to get it done.
Oh, you got it so bad. Like on here on the East Coast, it's still cold and all.
Mm-hmm.
You got it so bad, brother. You got it so bad right now. Oh, we feel for you.
Yeah, but give it a few weeks. In a few weeks, you'll be like, man, I want some cool weather back east.
Oh my gosh, man! But we want to thank you for coming on the show, man, and we want to definitely talk about everything with your career. Like right off the gate, let's start off right off the bat. Tell the audience a little bit about your background and everything else before we get into the nuts and bolts about you.
Well, I was born, raised, and educated in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I went to Winston-Salem State during the summer, and I went to Western Carolina during the regular season, during the semesters. I majored in industrial engineering, graduated college, and tried out for the American Rugby League team, and then moved over to New Zealand to play rugby league. I switched coach to rugby union, realized that I was never going to be an All Black, which was my goal. I then switched to a bunch of different, minority sports like cliff diving, sumo wrestling, full contact fighting. I won a national championship in freestyle in New Zealand in 2001. And then, after buying a few small businesses, I walk into an audition for The Lion King and book the job, and then leave all my businesses behind, sell them off, sell all my interest off. And then I started traveling around the world singing. And that got me to New York, and that got me into Pair of Kings, and I moved out to LA and sort of never looked back.
I'll tell you, just from that intro, I got like 20 questions, but
Yo,
I gotta
facts.
ask you, that's incredible. He wasn't kidding about Renaissance man. See, so I come from like an athletic background. I love physical sports. I love, like MMA, martial arts, played football, did all that. And the only sport that absolutely terrifies me is rugby. I would not play rugby. I feel unsafe just watching rugby. That's a brutal sport, man. That's kudos to you for being able to do that.
No.
That's heavy.
Here's the thing. And no rugby player will admit it, because very few rugby players at the amateur level have ever played American football. I have played at a high level on both sides, American football, and I played at a high level of college football. And man, I don't think I've ever been hit harder in my life outside of boxing than when I was playing football.
Wow.
Now, with rugby, I don't think I've ever been more tired in my life outside of wrestling than in rugby. See, the thing you got to keep in mind is that rugby is an 80-minute game.
Yep.
You can't go balls to the wall every play. You just can't. You can go balls to the wall the first 5 plays, and then you gotta put some reserve in the tank.
Yep. You
are literally too tired to hurt anybody after the first 5 plays.
Yeah.
You can't hit hard. You can't hit hard.
Facts.
Now, with that helmet on, do you remember the first time you put on a helmet?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What did you do? What did you do when you first put on those pads and those? I'm talking about when you was like 7 or 8.
Oh,
you get that. First, you start to feel invincible.
Yeah.
Until the first time you get hit, and then you don't feel invincible.
Right. You run outside and fall down and think, I can't get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time you can get hurt, by the time you can generate enough momentum to actually hurt someone or yourself, it's too late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too late.
Yeah.
Rugby players never actually go through that. Their mortality is always first and present. When they run that ball up, they don't run as hard as they can. They don't run as hard as they can. Now, I learned this because when I first got there, I was tackling people like I had on pads. I had a group of about 25 Samoans coming to see me just tackle people. Running at the yank, bro. Running at the yank. They wanted to see me knock people, right?
Yeah.
They all thought I was Samoan, but no. The way it is, I didn't do it. I didn't have nothing to do with it. But nonetheless, I was hitting people like I had on pads.
Right.
After a couple of black eyes, busted lips, and loose molars, I say, maybe I need to change this up a little bit. I can't keep running at these people like this. So I had to learn how to gauge my level of intent. Wrap up, secure the tackle. It's more like wrestling them to the ground as opposed to hitting them and knocking them down in every inch, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a different game, bro. Trust me, it's a different game.
It's funny too because, like, you know, I'm a big Philadelphia Eagles fan. We live all in Philadelphia, the area. So like it's funny, like we always go for like former rugby players like Jordan Mailata and these guys, and it's like they come over and like it translates really well. Like you see a lot of rugby players who can play in the NFL, but it usually doesn't go the other way around.
It
like,
can't go the other way.
Yeah.
It can't go the other way. It's harder to get me to stop tackling like I was a football player and thinking that I had to go sideline to sideline to get the tackle. No, you go forward and back in rugby. Yeah. You start going sideline to sideline, you're going to wear yourself out and you're going to leave a hole where you were supposed to be.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So it's a different game. You know, it's a totally different game. Boxing is a different game than MMA.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go into a boxing match thinking you can kick somebody.
Yep.
And boxers can't get in that square. They can't get in that hexagon. They can't get in that octagon. Sorry. They can't get in that octagon, bro. Because if they get in that octagon, they go to the floor. It's over.
That's it.
Yep. I've heard it said. I've heard it said that there's only two sports where the specter of death looms over you every single second you're participating in it. One is auto racing, and the other one's boxing. Like it is deadly serious. I love, and those are two of my favorite sports. So it's just amazing. But like boxing, yeah, that's a whole other thing too, man. That's rough, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, I found out early in life when I first started boxing that I was actually a wrestler.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I'm not a boxer, man. Oh, bro, I can take a punch. I can take a punch, but I just didn't like taking punches.
Right.
Look, I can tell you from experience as a pro wrestler, it's a lot of endurance when you're boxing. It's a lot of strategy. I transitioned and tried the boxing world, celebrity boxing, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I had so much found respect for boxers because a minute feels like freaking 20 years in the ring when you're boxing. It just feels like time slows down. When you're wrestling, it's a whole different aspect, you know?
And them 10-ounce gloves, bro, they just get heavy and heavy.
Yes.
Oh, God. You can't even pick. Bro, I did this movie called Brawl in Cell Block 99. Myself, Vince Vaughn, bunch of good, solid cast, right? And S. Craig Zoller wrote, produced, and directed this thing. Man, they wanted me to get into the ring with another amateur fighter and to promote at the Austin Film Festival. Well, the amateur fighter that I was supposed to fight, who was an amateur, I was an amateur, he was an amateur. I mean, same level.
Right.
He decided he didn't want to do it. So I didn't want to wimp out. And so I said, okay, cool, I'll do it. It doesn't matter who I fight. It's 3 2-minute rounds. I can make it. Man, I get in a ring with a guy that's a trainer, ex-Golden Gloves.
Oh.
I'm like, here we go, right? So I got I'm covered up, right? I'm covered up. I'm trying to do the Philly shell, and it ain't working. So I'm covered up.
Peekaboo, man.
Man, I get through that first round, and I get into my corner, and I realize I haven't breathed the whole first round. I take a gasp, and then the sweat just fell off my body, bro. I was like, I ain't gonna make it 2 more rounds, man. I ain't gonna make 2 more rounds. Bro, I went in there and slogged it for the next 2 rounds, man. I couldn't wait for that fight to be over.
For real.
6 minutes, bro. 3 2-minute rounds, and I couldn't pick my arms up to get out of the ring.
See, 6 minutes to me is 3 years.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man. I could not pick my arms up to move the rope to get out of. I was hurt. I was hurt.
Wow.
And I know afterwards it was hard for you to even say the alphabet.
Bro, it took me 2 days to get right, bro. I couldn't get right for 2 days, bro.
Yup.
2 days I was mumbling. I felt like I was really boxing, man. Talking to the people like this, man. I thought I'd take some shots, man. I was messed up, bro. Boxing is for the dude. You gotta love that, man. You gotta love that. No, you gotta be really hungry.
Mm-hmm.
You got. I mean, a guy get. That's why the successful boxers don't last long, because how you gonna get up out of them silk sheets, man, and go on that road at 4 a.m? You can't. It's hard to get up. It's hard to get up, man, when you got people cooking food for you. You ain't got to worry about money right now. I mean, no, man. You got to be hungry.
Yeah.
I'm talking butter sandwich hungry.
He said butter sandwich hungry.
Butter sandwich, bro. You
went way back, man.
Butter, sugar, and butter sandwich, bro.
Yeah.
That's the kind of hungry you got to be, man.
Cuz.
Be successful at that boxing, bro.
Damn.
Man.
It's incredible. Like, you look back at like some of these boxers, and like I look at the sport today, and it's just really not the same. But I mean, you look back like in what I consider the best era was probably like, honestly, like the late 80s into the 90s, when you had a crossover of all those like generational guys from the past. You still had Foreman, you had Holyfield, all those guys coming up, and then you had Tyson, and you had like, Douglas and Spinks and Lennox Lewis and all these guys. And then you had the young blood coming in. You had, Oscar De La Hoya was still in the mix, and all these other great fighters. And it was just a really cool time. And now I look at it and I'm kind of bored with it. And it's all about social media presence and crap talking online and all this showmanship at weigh-ins and all this nonsense. It's like, it's not the same sport, man. I don't know how you feel about it. Do you still follow boxing?
I honestly, I don't follow it like I once did, bro. I grew up as a kid watching on Wide World of Sports. Ali and Frazier.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bro, I mean, I saw the fights with Ken Norton and Ali, and honestly, I still don't think Ken Norton lost either one of them fights. I thought Ali lost both of them fights, but I mean, what did I know?
That's another story.
That's a whole nother issue. That's a whole other kettle of fish. But,
right.
But man, I saw some of the greatest fights in history on free-to-air TV.
Yeah.
Now, we didn't have but 3 channels back then. And you had to stand in the corner and hold the antenna just right so Dad could see and get the vertical lines out. But, bro, I watched some of the greatest fights for nothing, for free.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ain't
And
that
now,
way anymore,
what's a
man.
pay-per-view now? What's a pay-per-view package now? I mean, do they even do that anymore? You got to buy it.
Then you gotta get
Netflix subscriptions, dude.
Oh,
yeah.
you gotta subscribe.
It's like,
dude. Nowadays, man, it's like the subscription fee for Netflix, and then I think there's a fee on top of that or something, and I don't know, man. And then you see a fight that's like, it's like, what, Jake Paul versus like a 90-year-old guy. I mean, what, I don't know. It's
Is
just
that
not
a fight,
interesting.
bro?
That is not a fight, man.
No, that's not a fight.
That's just a money grab.
It's a show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Facts.
It's not a fight as much as it's a show.
Facts.
Yeah.
They took the fight. They took the fight out of the show. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
They took the fight out of the show, bro.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch wrestling.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
I'd rather watch wrestling.
100%.
Yep.
Man, it's a better show.
See, that's where everything splits. People that used to like boxing and were really super into it, they either deviated off into MMA or pro wrestling, because one embraces the scripted nature of it, and the other one is still like sort of more of a purist fighting art, as pure as it can be.
And the thing about it, the thing I love about MMA is that anybody can lose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anybody can lose. I mean, you are one shot away from getting tapped out, bro. You one shot. One rear naked choke away from tapping.
Facts.
The one I always remember was Kimbo Slice, and he was supposed to fight Ken Shamrock or something like that, and at the last minute they did a substitution, and Seth Petrozzoli was up, and it was a no-name guy. He came in there with like pink hair, and he came in there and he handled Kimbo in like 22 seconds or something. It was crazy. Crazy.
Kimbo might have died had he fought Shamrock, bro.
Yeah,
his heart might have busted, bro. He he couldn't last past that second round, bro.
Yeah.
Watch some of those fights again. Kimbo, God bless his, Lord rest his soul, but
Yeah.
he wasn't
He's
no
just a
MMA
brawler.
fighter, bro.
Yeah.
He's just a tough, monstrous dude, but he wasn't technical at all. Like, I mean,
No,
that's
no,
the problem.
no.
But yeah, man. It's crazy. I
All
love
bronze,
talking
no
about
gold.
this stuff because we're totally like a video game show, but rarely do we get people on this like so like multifaceted. Because I'm looking at your background there in the back, and I can tell. Okay, so one, you already mentioned you're a musician,
Yes.
so you got to tell us about like start off with that. Like, what do you do musically for those that don't know? Like, what do you say you toured around for a
Dude,
while? What was up with that?
I, you know, as a kid, I didn't know I could. I used to just try to sound like the radio,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
right? And so my dad, who was probably the most supportive person on the planet, never told me what to do.
Nice.
Never asked me if I wanted to do that. I mean, he asked me, you want to try this? You want to try this? What do you want to try?
Right.
But never said, do this. Never said any of that, right?
Mm.
No matter what I did, he was going to support 1,000%. I came home from school one day and said, hey, Dad, me and my friend Martinez are going to play saxophone in the school band. He says, okay, son, so you're going to need a saxophone. I said, yeah, Dad, I'm going to need a saxophone. That was Monday night. I go to school Tuesday. Martinez says, my mama can't afford no saxophone, so I'm going to play the drums. I said, that's okay. I'll just tell my dad to get me a drum instead of a saxophone. We can both be on the drums, Martinez. Okay, Tuesday evening, I go home, and there's a suitcase in my bedroom. My dad had took his lunch break, went and bought a saxophone,
Wow.
and that thing was waiting for me when I got home from school, bro, on Tuesday.
Yeah, right.
Now, I could say to my dad, Dad, can you take this back and get us a drum? But I was like, nah, saxophone it is.
Yeah, yeah.
So I learned how to play the saxophone on and off. And then I took that and started playing other instruments like, the flute. I also played Martinez's drum from time to time. And I started learning 4/4 rhythms and things of that sort. And then I sort of just got away from it when I got into sport. But I was always singing in the shower at home with nobody there and in the car with the windows up. So I was always singing. And my idea of singing was, all the guys sounded like girls and I didn't sound like no girl. So ain't no sense in me trying to be a singer because I don't sound like that. And so I get all the way over to New Zealand. I'm playing rugby. And I go to karaoke one night.
Mm-hmm.
My ex-wife takes me to karaoke.
Nice.
And my ex-wife was like, whatever you do, don't sing.
Why?
Okay, all right, okay. I'm not gonna sing. I'm not gonna sing.
Right,
I'm not gonna
why?
sing.
Yeah.
Bro, these people were up there singing and they were getting standing ovations.
Okay.
Bro, they were getting standing ovations.
Right.
And it was awful.
Mm.
It was all kinds of bad. And I said to myself said, yeah, man, I know we can get a standing O.
Yeah,
I
right.
can sing better than that with the flute. So I get up and I do this song, Do You Know What It Means to Miss New Orleans? And bro, I'm telling you honestly, man, I ain't trying to pat myself on the back, but I sang that song perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
I sang that song perfectly. And do you know not one person clapped for me, man?
Get out of here. What? Why?
Oh, that's messed up, man.
In New Zealand, karaoke is not for people who are singers.
What?
And I thought I was awful. I thought, man, if I'm worse than these guys, I'm never singing again. Bro, 2-3 years later, I'm at an audition for The Lion King.
Mm-hmm.
And I really don't care now, right? And I'm only there to prove to my friends that they didn't want a guy like me. They didn't want to hear no basses. Nobody wants to hear bass.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I sing this song called Jelly Roll, and I mean I sing it an octave lower than Billy Eckstine sang it. I sang it low.
Right.
Bro, I get out the first bar, I get out the crescendo, and Gil Whistler tell me, that's enough. I said, no way he wants me, because, I mean, he didn't want these other guys. But, bro, they offered me a contract right there.
Okay.
Wow, dude, that's
contract
awesome.
right there.
That's
so
awesome.
I ended up singing in The Lion King in Australia, then Sydney, understudying the role of Mufasa, because I didn't know what I was doing. I had to learn.
Mm-hmm.
So I understudied the role in Sydney, and then by the time we got to Melbourne, I was Mufasa.
Wow,
Man.
that's cool, man.
It's crazy, bro. It was crazy. But music has been like a lifesaver for me, bro. Music
awesome.
saved my life more than once. Yeah.
That means you're doing it right, man.
Yeah.
That means you're doing it right.
Dude, by the grace of God, bro, by the grace of God, I've been able to hang in here and continue to do what I enjoy. And I got a really supportive family. My brother is like, my father passed away, but my brother is like my brother took over where my father left off, bro. He's always been there. So, moral support, financial support. I mean, if I ever needed anything, my brother was there. I mean, my wife, I couldn't ask for a better wife, man. I've told my wife more than once, babe, I'm going to get a job. She says, no, you're not. You're going to be miserable. You're going to make us miserable.
Right,
you're going to keep doing this.
Right.
And I'm like, man, I got people like that in my corner, man. How can I lose, bro?
But now, hold up, Geno. So real quick, Geno. Yeah, because I gotta ask, like, before this whole acting, right? Did you ever consider like music being like your main career path too, or?
No, because I thought I thought who would want to hear me sing? And karaoke proved it.
Well, I don't know, man. See, no, wait.
Right.
That's a stamp. I'm the local karaoke guy. You can ask these guys here.
Yes,
So
yes, he is.
I compete. I am a competitive karaoke person. So if you're in a situation where all the bad singers are getting applause in a scenario where only the bad singers are getting applause and they're stone cold silent for you, I call that a win, bro.
Yeah, but I didn't know that.
Yeah. But no, I mean, but who would listen to you?
But a year later, someone told me, man, karaoke's not for guys that can sing.
What?
I didn't know.
Yeah, it's different. It's different here in the States.
I thought, man, I must be that bad.
That's crazy. Geno, you got that voice. It's like, because I consider it like a Motown voice, right? So you could be like belong in the Temptations or the Four Tops, the Miracles. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, Jackson 5, like I said, you have that, which is crazy. You know what I mean? It's wild that they consider that like, oh, you know what? Nah, this I don't know how you did pursue that.
it was because the people that sang karaoke are people in New Zealand, particularly in New Zealand. I don't know about any other place other than Auckland. That could be different down the line. Right. But in Auckland, it was more of a way to build your confidence. Right?
Right.
And so if a person doesn't sing very well, these people, it was like therapy for some of these people.
Right.
They were coming in there singing just to build up their confidence. Okay. So me singing is going to knock their confidence.
Nah, Geno, that's what taking a couple shots of alcohol build up a confidence to go in that mic and sing. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, this is what they were thinking. They were thinking that, you're showing off.
Okay.
This is not for you.
Yeah, I can see that.
This is karaoke for people that can't. Why are you showing off?
Yeah.
You obviously are a professional singer, and I wasn't a professional singer, but I have my voice lends itself to what is called operetta. Yeah. Right? So like Porgy and Bess. It's show music, all opera. It's very classical, right? And so when people hear it, they think, this guy's a professional singer, but I'm not. It's just that my voice lends itself to that.
Right.
Whereas most people would say, Bess, you is my woman now. That would be most people.
Right.
But mine is more like, Bess, you is my woman now.
Sound of music, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very operetta.
Yeah.
And so when people hear that, they think, clearly you've been trained to sing. and I haven't been. I've been trained to yell Sam across the football field.
Mm.
Will. I've been trained to scream Will across the football field.
Right.
Sam. Power, strong right. You know, like, so that kind of got my voice, which is already, you know, resonant.
Yeah.
It just trained it to another level of being able to deliver. And so when I was singing like that, you know, and whenever I sang, it didn't sound like a guy that was just singing for the first time at karaoke.
Right.
So karaoke in Auckland was, in this particular place, was for people who were needing a confidence boost. And in their minds, I didn't need no confidence boost.
Right.
Mm.
Right? And respect to those cats though, man, because if I wasn't for Auckland, New Zealand, who knows where I'd be right now,
True.
bro?
Yeah.
Who knows where I'd be?
Well, speaking of your voice, so, you know, the primary reason for our show being what it is we, you know, we're very video game centric, and we love the video game culture and the industry. And of course, anybody who's an actor, voice artist, singer, and, you know, before you came on, we're all looking through like Internet Movie Database, and I'm like, wow, it's just hit after hit after hit. So just real quick, if you'd permit us, so we just wanted to run down some of the hits here, and this is just the video game stuff. So let's see. You were in Mafia 3. You were Lincoln Clay, which I think is awesome, and I love Mafia 3. We're big fans of that one.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is, of course, it's right behind you there, Fortnite, and you played one of the best Marvel characters, which is Galactus, which I think is insane, man. That's really cool. Can you hone in on those two and kind of let us know like what led you to those? How did you get picked for those? How did you prepare your, you know, the voice part for those? Like give us some insight.
Well, here's the thing about Mafia 3. See, I auditioned to play Lincoln Clay when it first came out.
Right.
The producers, a lot of the producers liked me and had decided that I was going to be Lincoln Clay. But the executive producer decided he liked somebody else, which is fine. It's the business.
Sure.
So he was the only one that didn't want to work with me, didn't want me for Lincoln Clay. He wanted this other guy. So, okay, they went with the other guy because he was the guy with the money. He was the guy who was in control of the money. And years later, when they come out with what's called the downloadable content, the DLCs, the guy that played Lincoln Clay couldn't do it. He was obligated to something else.
Right.
So they called me to see if I would be interested in doing the mocap.
Right.
And not the voice.
Okay.
Right?
Oh.
So
wow.
I went in and I did the mocap. And as I'm walking around, right? And at the time, you gotta understand, I was powerlifting about 600. I was deadlifting about 600.
Right.
I was squatting about that same amount. I was bench pressing 405. I was about 280.
Trying to reach your goal, man. Good Lord, dude.
I was smashing them.
Yeah.
So I'm walking around in there like a man mountain, and people are looking at me like, "You're Lincoln Clay."
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I'm playing Lincoln Clay, the mocap. I'm playing Lincoln Clay. He's like, "No, you're really Lincoln Clay." I'm like, no, yeah. They hired me to be the mocap.
Mm-hmm.
I come to find out, the guy that they hired, the only reason they hired him was because of his face.
Wow. Really?
The only reason they hired this guy was because of his face. Now, no disrespect to him, and I'm not mad at him, but that's just the business. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You're going to get work for the most ridiculous reason. You're going to get work. You're going to lose out on work for the most ridiculous reason.
Yeah.
But that guy liked his face better than he liked my face and wanted to use his face. This guy was like 5'9", 5'8".
Yeah.
Oh,
Lincoln Clay's supposed to be 6'4".
Right.
Well, it's
This
just
guy
like,
had just like talk like a normal dude.
Yeah.
Well,
Rick
it's just
and
like
Clay
you
was
and
supposed
I,
to have a deep voice.
it's just like you and I talked about. I mean, if I can bring this up, you and I talked about a couple nights ago about a certain show that's about to come out, God of War. And
Exactly.
I mean, you know,
Exactly.
you know,
It is, bro. In that sense, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'll tell you another thing. So to pair that, to make that make sense, when I first auditioned for Fortnite, I was auditioning for a character in the section Save the World. There's two areas you can go in. You can go in Battle Royale or Save the World. I was auditioning for Sergeant Tank Gatlin in Save the World.
Right.
He's a guy that talks like this. He's a sergeant in the army. He's also a lawyer. You know that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the producers called me on just out of the blue. Hey, Geno, we want to see if you could read something for us for Fortnite. I was like, no problem. I come in, I spend probably 15 minutes
Yeah.
on Galactus. And I know who Galactus is, but I
Right.
didn't know it was a live event. I didn't know what that meant. I had no idea what it meant. I just thought it was a character that was going to be there and he's going to be gone. And okay, cool. I didn't know it was as big as it was. You know what I mean? And so, just playing Galactus, I took a job from somebody that probably auditioned for Galactus.
Yeah. Right. Right.
You know what I mean? There's somebody that probably could have done it better, but because they had already worked with me, they said, "No, we're just gonna bring somebody. We're gonna bring somebody from the inside." You know, they probably listened to a couple of people. They want to know, man, I should have done Galactus. I could have done Galactus. I did a great read. I did a great audition. You know, but they gave it to me, bro. They just.
Well, were they already like, you know, I guess preconditioned to, I guess, your voice? It was like, you know what, I want to fit Geno's voice in Galactus, and you know, that's like an automatic, you know, like set right there. You know what I mean? That's what I'm.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I mean,
So
did that
Well,
fall?
you're a humble.
I didn't audition for Galactus. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
But I'm sure somebody auditioned for Galactus.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're a humble guy though, man, because
But
you're
that's the
always
truth, bro. That's just the truth. I ain't here to spread no lies. I'm just
Right.
telling the truth,
sure.
Right.
Sure.
right? But at the end of the day, somebody out there thinks they got jilted as a result of not getting Galactus.
Fair. And I know Epic and Epic Games and Fortnite itself, man, it was like, you know, we already set. You know what I mean? So
Right.
yeah, it's
Right.
That's a
Bro,
business,
I mean,
man.
There's a show there was a show on Netflix, and I did 3 episodes of the show. A year goes by, and they air the show, and I listen to the character, and I think, they put a muffle? Did they put an effect on my voice? That's not me, right? I can hear that that's not me.
Right.
Yeah.
I look at the credits, and it's somebody else. Bro, they replaced me
Get out of here.
with somebody else.
What?
I had already done 3 episodes, bro.
And they couldn't told you
It's
the
a
first
weird
episode?
industry, man.
They couldn't told you the first episode at least? You know what I mean? Like,
Dude,
come on.
I had done 3 episodes. I've had the line reader for the show told me, "Oh my God, you are such a perfect match for this character. It's unbelievable. I feel like this person is alive."
Right.
And then when I heard the guy that did it, I said, "Hey, okay. If you like it for you, I love it for you. But obviously, you didn't like what I did. You liked his better, I guess. I don't know. You'll never know, bro. You'll never know.
Yeah. State
You
of
will
business.
never know."
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say this: when I had saw the trailer, for example, for Horizon Forbidden West, and I saw, and you didn't even speak, and they showed a clip of you real quick, and I was like, "Yo, Geno's in the game." I said, "I really got to get in the game," and I'm like, it'd be messed up if it's not Geno, and it shows up as your face, and hey, everybody, what's going on? I'm Rico. I would have been messed up. But the fact that I'm like, oh my God, that's Geno. I'm like, you couldn't escape that. I mean, look just like you the whole night. But how does that make you feel when you're falling into an area where you're getting more recognized? Because you have a signature voice. Your voice is signature. Like, you got voices like Keith David and Samuel Jackson.
Oh yeah.
You have a signature voice.
They're unmistakable, bro. They're unmistakable.
Yeah. But your voice is also signature in itself.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
At the end of the day, man, we get what we get.
Right.
You can't pick the voice. Can't pick your height. Can't pick none of that.
Yeah.
You get what you get, right? Now you can give yourself a better body, or you can lose weight, or you can gain weight. You can do whatever you want in that respect.
Right.
But some of these things, you just, luck of the draw, bro.
It's funny too because you say that, but like, it's also kind of cool too. You really haven't been typecast because your delivery in Fortnite with Galactus is way different than Lincoln Clay and Mafia, and it's way different than Kronos in Lawbreakers, which I thought was an underrated game.
Right.
It didn't. People for whatever reason didn't care for that game. I love that game. Played that
It
to
was
death.
more.
And I
It was
remember your
more. It was
character.
more of a team game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
More of a team
You know what?
game.
If they released Lawbreakers now, it would do great. Because
Mhm.
now is like when people are looking for those kind of like, squad-based games
Right.
and stuff like that
Yeah,
with like,
yeah.
different play mechanics. That game came out too soon. And I
Mhm.
think if they put it out now and made that like a, even like a free-to-play online game or something, or if people would gobble it up, be like, yeah, this is really cool. So, but it was too soon. So I'm going to jump around a little bit. So the other thing is cool. So obviously, I mean, you've done all this stuff in the video game world. Movie adjacent to video game
Yeah.
projects. We got to talk about Uncharted, the
Yes.
live action
Yes.
fan film, which, we geeked the hell out of that when we saw that. You and Nathan Fillion and the production value. And I remember because Smoke was the
Pretty
one that
Ray
sent it
Jr..
to me. He
Yep.
was
Yeah.
like, check this thing. And I'm a big Uncharted fan. So tell us a little bit about that because that is wild, man.
Bro, I had a really good friend who was a stunt coordinator on there who doubled me in a TV show called Pair of Kings.
Oh,
He
yeah.
called me one day and said, "Hey, Geno, what are you doing this date to this date?" I was like, "Nothing, man. Hey, you want to have some fun? I can't really tell you what it is because it's really, really, really under wraps, and we're not allowed to divulge what it is. We're real secretive about it, right?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Man, all right, bro. Dude, we cool, man. It's not a lot of money in it." I was like, "Bro, I don't care about the money, bro. You my boy. If you need me for anything, I got you. Because I know if I needed you for something, you got me." So we weren't going to get rich doing it because it was, like you said, it's a fan film. It's an independent thing. You got to want to do it.
Right.
Yep.
And I only wanted to do it because he asked me. Bro, Alan decides he wants to meet me just to make sure that I'm cool before he makes he says yes. So we meet at a restaurant and we sit down and talk. And he asked me, had I ever played the video game Uncharted? I was like, no. Have you ever heard of Uncharted? I say, no. You don't know anything about the video game world? I say, no.
Wow.
You're hired.
Yo.
Perfect. Perfect. Because he wanted me to play it like I wasn't a video character.
Yeah.
He wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to be overly, a narcissistic type of henchman. He wanted me to be very natural, very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
Very, very stoic, very, you don't know if he's going to explode or not. The next thing he might snap. He's back. He's not over the top, And I was like, okay, cool. No problem, bro. I can do that. I can do that. I mean, that's kind of what I do. That's one of my little signature things,
Right.
And so the first few passes, he was like, he wanted to get every angle, wanted to get every shot. I had no idea what Uncharted was. No idea, and when I finally understood what it was already over. It was already over. I was already done with it. In fact, I started watching some of the Uncharted plays on YouTube.
Right.
Action plays, where people can play the action. I was like, oh, he says that. Oh, we say that in our short. He took a lot of stuff from the video game.
Yep.
That, this character does, Nathan Drake. Nathan Drake does a lot of things that this guy, Nathan Fillion, who's playing Nathan Drake, was doing. And I say, damn, this is crazy.
Right?
How did they get? But the actual Nathan Drake that character was written for Nathan Fillion.
Facts.
Nathan Fillion could not play the character in the video game.
Mm-hmm.
So they got someone to match Nathan Fillion.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So they were trying to get as close to Nathan Fillion as possible. So when Nathan Fillion was doing his thing in Uncharted fan film, it just looked perfect, right? It was perfect. It was so spot on because people didn't realize that Nathan Drake was based on Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it was the perfect match, bro.
It was.
It's so good. For anybody that doesn't know what we're talking about and anybody that hasn't seen this, so it came out in 2018, and I literally think it's just called Uncharted live action.
And you know what, Sid, real quick, because
so
I want to play this for y'all real quick for those that are in the chat, man. I want to get your input on this as well too, Geno, man. So this is for those in the chat. Like I said, this is Uncharted. I'll play like a few seconds of this real quick.
Fellas.
It looks so spot on. I'll be honest with you. I enjoyed this much more than it did the full-blown movie.
Legendary. That's what people say, bro.
Yeah.
That's what people are like.
Historian.
Why didn't they just use you guys? I'm like, hey.
Yeah,
man,
exactly.
Talk to them. Talk to them.
Well, see,
I think
that's
you
the
have
thing.
me confused with somebody else.
That's the thing too, because I'm thinking like, okay,
for
when you go back and obviously, let's say, I hate to do this. When we go back to like the actual Uncharted movie that came out with Tom Holland, right? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why couldn't they just copy paste from what the fan film did and bring you in, Geno? And like,
well, they did bring me into audition.
Really? Oh, you gotta tell me about that, dude, please.
Wow.
You gotta tell me about that, man.
Dude, they brought me into audition.
Yeah.
And I auditioned, I did my thing, and I didn't get the job, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't get the job.
Yeah.
They wanted a blonde, sexy black girl to play the role.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that she could be a love interest for Scully. And I wasn't gonna be a love interest for Scully.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna do that.
I feel you. I feel you.
And,
But a paycheck is a paycheck. No, I'm kidding.
exactly, bro. but I'm not gonna be a love interest for nobody, no man. But they wanted. I see the direction they were going in. You know what I mean? They were trying to bring some stakes on both sides to it. You know, and I could see the direction they were going in. I don't know if it worked or not. But I see their point, you know. I see the point.
And honestly, Geno, like I said, much love to Tati Gabrielle, who played the antagonist.
She did her thing, bro.
She did her thing. I love her, man.
She did her thing.
Love her, you know. Yeah. But when we played, and this is going back to like, you know, playing the games and all that too, and you get like to the end of these Uncharted games, and there's some burly dude that wants to kill Nathan, man. And I'm like, dude, they couldn't like, you know, snag you as the, you know, dude that just want to gun down Nathan. Like, come on, man.
And just to put this all in the perspective, so I don't know if you've ever looked around IMDb. I love IMDb, Internet Movie Database. Yours still remains one of the highest rated fan films on all of Internet Movie Database at an 8.4.
Yep.
And fan films get wrecked on IMDb. They get wrecked. People just go because a lot of people don't understand. Like we, you know, Smoke and I, Mark, we've done some fan film projects of our own.
Yep.
And you know, I mean, we don't have any kind of budget. We don't have any kind of you know the caliber of talent that some get, and you know we do our best. And a lot of times it's just people don't understand. They're like, no, the effects didn't look good, or the writing wasn't up to. It's like, dude, we're doing this for it's a passion project, right?
Right.
But you don't get the ratings, so a lot of fan films just get dogged on Internet Movie Database. So putting that in context for for a fan film that you were in to get an 8.4 rating, that's like the Godfather of fan films. That's like the Shawshank Redemption of fan film projects. That's incredible.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Who's going to get Nathan Fillion for their fan film?
True. Well, we had we had Stan Lee in ours.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, okay, that's pretty cool.
It was cool.
But
now, Stan isn't known for his acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one-liners. That's it.
I got him to say Excelsior.
Cameo appearances only.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's the nostalgia that we love about it. I got a chance to meet Stan, bro. Stan was one of the coolest dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I mean, Stan and his wife.
Yeah.
I mean, just good people, bro. And I was hurt when he passed away, but at the end of the day, we all gotta meet our maker, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I mean, what other stunt coordinator can call in a favor and get Alan was talking to the stunt coordinator and says, "Hey, I need a really good guy to play Diego. Do you know anybody that can do their own fights? Because I don't want to hire another double to play to do stunts."
Sure.
And Alan said to him directly, "I wish we had a guy like that guy that played in Banshee, Chayton Littlestone." And my boy was like, "You mean the big Indian guy?" He said, "Yeah, that guy. You know, Chayton Littlestone. Did you see Banshee? Amazing. We had somebody like him. Man, that would be perfect." He says, "Let me see what I can do." And then he told him that I have Geno.
Yeah.
And he's like, "How? I gotta meet him. I gotta make sure I gotta make sure he's right for it, in his headspace." And so that was how I got the gig, bro. He asked for me because he had watched Banshee.
Speaking of big Indian dude, we got to talk about a movie that you did that's kind of obscure, but honest to God, it's one of the most creative and memorable horror movies I've ever seen. I was telling Mark about this prior to when you came on. Back in 2015, you did this movie called Bone Tomahawk, which I freaking love.
I got to see this, man.
It's so good. Smoke, have you seen Bone Tomahawk?
Yeah,
dude,
I have to
the same
see this.
guy that did Brawl in Cell Block 99,
right?
Bone Tomahawk.
Oh, okay, all right.
But Bone Tomahawk was before Brawl in Cell Block 99.
Yeah.
And he felt so bad that my character didn't speak. He felt so bad. He says, "Geno, I gotta have you in this other movie because we didn't use you properly in this movie. You were perfect in it, as Vortusk, but I need you to be, we need to hear you, right?" So he puts me in Brawl in Cell Block 99, and I get to be another henchman. And yeah, I'm not the head guy, but I'm a guy. I'm a guy.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of fun in Brawl, but dude, Bone Tomahawk was the hardest job I ever did in my life, bro.
Really? Okay, so give us. Do you want me to give a little talk up of that movie, or do you want to tell people that have not seen it?
Please.
Okay, so this is the thing. So a couple of years ago, so people were, we're going back and forth. I have friends, we're all into horror movies and everything, and somebody brings up, they're like, "Yo, did you ever see this movie called Bone Tomahawk?" I'm like, "I've never even heard of Bone Tomahawk," and they're like, "You wouldn't believe the cast in this. You got Kurt Russell, you got Sid Haig, you got some Matthew Fox, I think was in it.
Yeah.
There's some real names," and I'm like, "I've never heard of this, right?" And they're like, "Do yourself a favor, mandatory viewing. You got to check this out. It's a Western movie that you think it starts off, it's just a Western, and it goes so deep into the horror genre in such a creative way. It's like unparalleled. I love the hell out of it, and it is unapologetic. It is just balls to the wall, the craziest. It just is off the rails, and you just don't think it can get any worse for these characters. It's like the only movie I can think it's kind of equivocal to that would be like The Hills Have Eyes or something like that. Like it's got that kind of vibe, but it's so well done. So when I was looking through your credits, I was like, "Yo, my man was in Bone Tomahawk." It's like, holy crap, that's awesome. So yeah, so that's that. So can you said it was one of the hardest things you've ever done. What made it that way?
I was in the middle of the California desert for 14 hours at night with cold, wet clay all over my body, chipping. So it was pinching my skin, and they were having to reapply after every scene. So I'm getting doused with this cold, wet paint, clay. I'm freezing. I'm itchy, and I gotta be this stoic giant and pretend that I'm okay, bro. It was the hardest thing. It was the hardest thing I ever done in my life.
Right.
It was just hard, and then there was 3 or 4 hours of makeup, prosthetics, boars in my face. It was just hard, bro. It was hard. And I think the most rewarding thing about doing Bone Tomahawk was the shower immediately after that night, man.
I bet it was.
I stayed in that shower, bro. Honestly, I was in that trailer and I heard that pump, you know, that pump that's pumping.
Yeah.
I know they got sick of me pumping that pump, bro, because I was in there for about an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes, man. Getting all that clay off my body, bro. It was bad. It was bad, man. But I'm so proud of that because they argue that I have the most graphic killing scene in the history of horror films, bro.
It's brutal.
It's hard.
So freaking brutal.
It's so hard to look at it. People will just, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't give it away. So,
Yeah, because I got to see
this.
this. Hold up. Yeah, I got to see this myself, man.
bro, it's the most graphic, disturbing death scene for one of these characters. And my character gets to kill him.
Yeah.
You know, so, but for some reason,
And you just look terrifying in that
Bro,
movie too. Like it's
we
so authentic.
We all did. We all look crazy, bro. It was nuts, bro. But there's a lot of that stuff that got cut on the editing floor that you didn't see,
Right.
bro.
Yeah.
There's a lot you didn't see.
Oh, dude.
We gonna get a director's cut. We need a director's
these
cut.
particular tribe of troglodytes. Not only were they just gruesome and ate people,
Right.
they cut the legs and arms off of their wives, off of the women,
Yeah.
and blinded them so they couldn't run away. They were just sex machines.
Man.
And they had,
Yeah, when I tell you this movie is
Bro,
like
they had a room
Dances
full-
with Wolves meets Terrifier meets The Hills Have Eyes. It's crazy.
And he shot a segment showing the women with no arms and no legs and with their eyes blinded out.
What?
But you didn't see that part.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Bro, it's unbelievable, man. And the stuff that comes out of S. Craig Zahler is something out of a Stephen King, the most an alter ego of Stephen King.
Mm-hmm.
The bad Stephen King, the guy that was just worse than Stephen King. I don't know how he comes up with it, bro, but he comes up with this stuff. He did another movie called Dragged Across Concrete. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Crazy.
God, Lord, man.
S. Craig Zahler, bro. The man.
Well, to me, it's always going to be one of your standout roles to me. And we've talked about this on countless occasions. It has to be Clayton Littlestone. From your screen presence to the dialogue. I mean, some of the deepest dialogue. And I'm sitting there just like, oh my God, just like, I'm like, again, that's what drew me on for Banshee. That's what drew me on the show automatically. Between you, like the amazing cast you got a chance to work with, but your character was such a standout character.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this. Like, give us a little more background on how your character got extended out.
Well, Chayton was, typically if you look at Banshee, you'll know that most of the villains that are introduced come and go in an episode, maximum 2. And even fewer of them get what is called an origin.
Mm-hmm.
Well, after my first episode, I was expecting to die in the car crash. I knew that the police car crashed. I figured that they'd blow my brains out because I was trying to get away and there'd be a shootout and Chayton would die. But when we didn't shoot that, I was like, y'all ain't gonna kill Chayton? What's the deal?
Right, right.
A few weeks later, I get a call from my agent saying they want to offer me a series regular. Knowing what I know now, I probably would have said no to a series regular. But I'm happy to do the episodes because Teen Wolf wanted to make me extend my arc as Kincaid, but Banshee wouldn't release me because I was a series regular.
Oh.
So I say, I wanted to be a series regular though, bro. I mean, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
I'm glad I did it, but if hindsight is always 2020. Dude, I can't say that I would have rather been Kincaid as opposed to Chayton, but I think Kincaid would have been better for me long term
Right.
than Chayton. As crazy as that sounds, because Chayton, I mean, I loved his humanity. I loved the fact that he was disturbed. I loved the fact that he was vindictive and angry and just he walked around with angst. He was exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
But the work we did with Cinemax, man, I can't say that I'm less proud of it. I'm extremely proud of it. But I wished I could have worked out a way that I could have done Kincaid.
Was there a way, did they not let you out because of scheduling conflicts? Or was it
Scheduling
just,
conflict.
Okay.
yeah.
Banshee was shot in Charlotte. Teen Wolf was shot in LA. I had 4.5 hours of makeup for Banshee. It would have been impossible. It would have been hard if they were both shot in LA.
Right.
Yeah.
It would have been hard, but yeah, it would have been impossible to do it, coast to coast, bi-coastal,
Yeah.
So, but I think Kincaid probably would have been better for me because of the wide audience that it had. Cinemax had a really strong audience, but not like MTV, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Not like Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf. Yeah. Everybody knows Teen Wolf.
Yep.
Everybody knows Teen Wolf. You can find people that hadn't seen Banshee. You can find people that haven't even heard of Banshee.
True.
But you can't find a person that knows Banshee that doesn't know Chayton Littlestone.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right. Mm, right.
But there are characters in Banshee that are working around the clock that you can't name.
Yeah.
It's just there are no scales. I say
point.
that to say there are no scales in this business.
Yeah.
There's a guy that had one line on Banshee who's working now like he's just working.
Yeah.
Every week he's got another job. There's a character in Banshee that you can't mention Banshee without mentioning this character who's currently not working.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you measure that, bro?
It's a business, man.
So speaking of
it's weird.
It's a business.
Weird, funny thing, And it drives some people crazy. It drives them to the point of like, I don't want to do this no more.
Right.
I'm gonna do something else. So when you see a guy that did a really cool show or a movie, and he's now driving trucks for a living, he had his breaking point. He couldn't take it anymore.
Right.
So speaking of the industry, you're bringing something up here because this is like a subject that's kind of near and dear to us. So speaking of some of these actors out there who are extremely talented and, it's always a vying for, these spots and things like this. It's very competitive and sometimes it's just about happenstance. What's your feeling right now about this trend towards, especially within voice acting, this trend towards using AI as opposed to hiring talented actors such as yourself and your colleagues?
Hey, listen, I am with the union on this. The union says AI is bad for actors. I agree. And I don't think that, the masses at some point are going to care eventually. They're just going to want a good story.
Right.
Now, I don't care what you do with the character. As long as it's a good story, people are gonna jump on it. But if the character is AI and the story is crap, that's not gonna matter either because people aren't gonna want to watch that either.
Mm-hmm.
I think that eventually we're gonna succumb to AI, bro. Some of the content that they're gonna be creating is gonna garner so much attention that the networks are gonna have to. They're gonna acquiesce. They're gonna acquiesce. I mean, how is it that a person with a social media presence can be a star of a movie? How is that? They're not an actor. They're just a
Right.
personality.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, how can Charleston White be offered movie deals? How is that? But because he has such a following, he has such a wide base,
Yeah.
studios will pay him to be in the movie, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And he don't have to audition. He don't have to do nothing. He just has to be himself. He just has to be Charleston
Yeah.
White.
You know,
don't
that's
have
a
no
whole other thing
lines.
too. We live in an age of stunt casting too, where there's a lot of this stuff going on where, and I swear, this goes back to the Uncharted thing we were talking about. And I'll tell you, my feeling about that fan film was that yes, this could be a full-fledged movie, and it should be a full-fledged movie. But at the time, you have, Spider-Man who puts butts in seats, and they're like, it's a name. And I'm not dogging him. I'm not. I'm dogging
No,
the industry because they don't do the deep dives to find where the talent lies, and therefore they do a lot of fans a great disservice by simply kowtowing to, hey, what's the hot name of the day? And that, to me, I detest that so much. It's like, come on, man, you got a lot of people out there super talented, and you're just doing this for, for likes, for
bro.
dopamine hits on social media. And I hate it, man. I'm with you
It,
on this. I
it
really
is
am.
what it is, bro.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
It's
the
not
worst.
show business. So you think it's show business? It's business show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ain't.
Yeah.
That's
There
it,
ain't
yeah.
no show without money.
Yep.
Butts in the seats. And until you get butts
Mm.
in the seats, they could care less about the show. The show, that means nothing. It's business first, then
Yeah.
the show. Once upon a time, you had to have an immense amount of talent to get the attention of a Hollywood producer. You had to just emote. You had to be able to deliver. Now you just got to be able to deliver eyeballs, bro.
Yeah.
You can get them eyeballs. That's
Yeah.
all that matters now. It's business show.
And
But you know what?
uh-huh.
I believe that opens the door for us
Yeah.
to do something really good. Do something really good just with your friends.
Yep.
Like if
Yeah.
I were to get my friend, I got a really cool friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I were to get him and to just do a one scene, one set interrogation piece, just a scene. Do that and upload that, bro, and see how many hits we get. You never know what you could create
Right.
because he's a talented guy, and because I would the way I would shoot it, I would focus on him because he's a talented guy,
Right.
and I would use his skills, use my skills to then present that to the world. Let the chips fall where they may.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Alan Unger, extremely talented. He did that very thing with Uncharted. He took his skills, his love, his passion for the video game, put it together in a skillful way. He made the fan film look like the video game for a second.
Yep.
People lost their minds over that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Lost their minds. He echoes sentiments from the video game. Shambhala. El Dorado.
Yep.
He starts talking about all these people that play the games know those references,
Yep.
And it's like the smart sarcasm, the wit from Fillion, it was just so perfect that the fans of the game related to it in such a way that you get this. I don't know how many millions of people have watched it so far, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot, bro. And so it opens the door for people like Alan Unger. It opens the door for people like yourself, me, to do something on our own, bro. We just gotta find a way to get talented people together and make something that just shakes up the industry, bro.
Yeah.
You know what?
Well, they say though that the bubble's going to burst.
Yeah.
Now, like this is happening right now in the gaming industry too, where for many years, all these AAA high budget, Marvel, MCU level video games, like they're billions of dollars to make, and all of a sudden we're finding that like a lot of those games are starting to fall off. Like a lot of gamers are sick of that. It's like, okay, just make something that's fun. You don't have to polish and repolish and do this thing where it's this, this hyperbolic, cut and paste kind of video game. And I think Hollywood's kind of going through a little bit of that too now, where you see like these smaller films that get acknowledged, these original scripts that are getting seen, directors now who are, they're not, maybe Spielberg, but they're doing great. They're really putting great material out there. And like right now, like you look at the gaming industry, a lot of these games that are lower budget. Balatro was a video game that was made by one guy.
One person. Yep.
Who he made this game in his house and he put it out there and it was nominated Game of the Year 2 years ago. And we've seen this happening where, yeah, it's amazing. It's a card game. It's like a poker game with a twist, we'll say.
Right.
And it's a lot of fun, and people really glommed onto that, and it gave us all hope that it's like, oh man, this is cool. Like this humble project can really get acknowledged. So like, I just love, like, I look down your IMDb credits, and it's a lot of cool success stories. I see high ratings and I see cool characters, and I'm like, all right, so this guy has like a really cool, I won't say niche, but you have a legacy that's carving out that's really, really cool to follow, man. So I guess my last, I don't know how much more time you have with us. We really appreciate you staying on. I still have like a bunch of questions.
Oh, don't worry. I got still tons of questions.
My big thing is, can you give us any like ideas of what you're going to be working on next, or anything you have that's going on that's popping off?
Right now, I'm just focusing on my public speaking.
Yep.
I'm also focusing on I'm going hard with the voiceover auditions. I'm really trying to work more in video games because I feel like I get a better shot. I got a better shot at least getting their attention.
Yeah, right.
I'm an unusual guy. I'm not like a typical black guy. I'm not a typical Native American guy. I'm not a typical Mexican. I'm not a typical anything. I mean, it's just the way it is, bro. You get what you get, right? You can't pick. And so so-called black Hollywood doesn't really see me like that. And, Hollywood, it's hard for them to put me in, it's hard for them to place me, So I'm just one of those weird anomaly type guys that they don't really know. I play a lot of characters that are Dominican or Latino, which, you can argue that I'm Dominican in Uncharted fan film. I played Native American. I played mixed heritage on Perfect Harmony. I played a guy whose mother was white, his father was black. I played a lot of those characters like that. But if the role says black guy, I'm like, okay, well, let's give it a shot. Maybe let's audition for the eventual sheriff. And I'm auditioning for somebody else they may have in mind. They might have me in mind for, because it's very unlikely that they're going to hire me for what they think is a black guy.
Right,
I've lost jobs because I wasn't black enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, because like eventually you see who they hire. He's like, oh,
That's the system.
Cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's it is what it is. But I don't begrudge the actors for doing their thing. I wish them all the best, but it's just the business that I'm in. So I try to work on things that are low hanging fruit.
Right. Right.
So voiceover, they don't know what I look like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if I can deliver, I'm gonna book the job.
But now, Geno, is there any like video game franchise that's like a dream that you would love to be in, man?
Man.
Because I'm thinking like right now, like with the latest news with like Lenny Kravitz playing as Balma in the new 007 First Light game, right? You know what I mean? Like he just got cast. Is there any franchise that like I want to have a role in this video game myself? Like what would that be?
Jeez, bro. See, I don't play video games.
Yeah, right.
He just do me.
I just voice them.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Whichever one wants to give me the gig is the one I'm going
to get. I hit respect. Yep.
Opportunity.
That is the right answer.
That's the best.
So I'm not going. That's gonna be the greatest one.
I
Thus
mean,
far,
listen,
the greatest video game thus far, Horizon Forbidden West.
there you go.
So
Until they put you in another Gears of War, I'll put it that
Till
way,
they put
man.
me in something else.
Yo, Gears of War. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
seriously,
yeah,
I can see you
yes,
fitting in
yeah.
Gears of War easily, dude. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's just my opinion. But Smoke, go ahead, Smoke.
Yeah, but
No,
you know,
like-
again, it just depends on how things laying out, bro.
So let me ask you this: what would you rather prefer? A combination of mocap and voice acting, just solid mocapping, or would you rather just focus on the voice acting or balance, or a nice little balance?
I like the mocap. I like doing it because you learn a scene
Mm-hmm.
and you put it together, and you're in a room with all these cameras. You're in a gymnasium with all these cameras,
Right.
and it's almost like theater. You're acting it out as it's happening, bro. So when we're doing these cinematics, we're doing it like a play.
Mm-hmm.
And so all these cameras are capturing our movements, capturing all the little balls,
Right.
and they're building the world up in the brains of the operation as we're doing it. To me, I would love. I don't mind if it's not a mocap, but I like doing the mocap.
Okay.
You know, I like doing it. That
Because
to me is
the physical part aspect.
bro. That's great, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, that's just great. I love doing that stuff, bro.
But I like that also because of the fact you mentioned like we talked about, for both of us talking, we talked about acting. You and I have both discussed this, and also with the whole appearance thing. Because for people like us, it's kind of hard. They don't know where to, like you said, they don't know what kind of box to put us in because how we look and all. Some people, like in your case, you said Mexican. For me, it's Samoan. Or they're like, well, we want to, and like you said, it's one of those things I told you. I'd rather be the background guy that always stands out when everyone sees. They're like, yo. So, but no, I just like the idea with the mocap because mocap, they can pretty much make you look just like the character, or they can change you up a little bit, change your appearance and all, but yet they have your voice, they have your mannerisms and everything else,
The thing about mocap, right, is there's a difference between the motion capture and then the facial scans.
Right.
So what they did for Horizon Forbidden West is they sent me to Serbia and they put me in this ball with cameras, and the cameras took pictures all of my skull and head. It's the only place in the world that they have this machine.
Right.
Wow.
They designed the technology, they perfected the technology, and anybody that wants to use a facial scan is going to go to send their talent to Serbia.
Nice.
Right?
That's awesome.
Really?
I didn't know that. Is that and Guerrilla Games owns that technology, I guess?
I don't know who owns
That's
it.
crazy. Wow.
But they send these people to Serbia.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
I think that the technology is owned by somebody in Serbia.
Yeah, that has to be the own independent company. Yeah, because it got
It's own independent company.
Right.
So any video game that wants facial scans has to go to Serbia.
Did not know that.
That's so cool. Wow.
And what's even crazier is that they have to pay you for your face.
Yeah.
They have to pay you for your scans.
All right, Geno, we got to talk numbers. How much did they pay you?
I can't.
I know that.
I can't divulge that, man.
I feel you. I
You know,
feel
man,
you.
hey, man, you know better than be counting people.
You're
pockets,
right.
man.
You're right.
But Geno, so one of the things I want to ask you, because we still got time. One of the things I want to ask you, you came back full circle. We talked about a lot of things throughout your career, and there's a couple more things I definitely want to ask you. But we talked about your singing and all. One of the things I did want to touch on, how did you feel about getting a role for Perfect Harmony?
Bro, again, when I walked into that audition, I thought, there's no way they're going to make me a goat farmer. I am going to be auditioning for the eventual sheriff of this little town. There's no way I'm going to be a goat farmer. But bro, they liked what I did so much they asked me to come back, and they changed it a little bit. And then they started changing the character to suit me. And I was like, man, this is looking pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But what's crazy is I auditioned for that same production company for another show called Type A that went to pilot but didn't get picked up.
Okay.
The production company loved me. The studio didn't. The studio said no. So it's like, you know, the stuff the number of times I've auditioned with James Gunn and he has loved my work, but the studio just didn't want me.
Right.
You know, they just didn't want me, bro. And it's not James's fault, you know. It's not my fault. It's just studio didn't see me in the role. They saw a bigger name in the role. They saw someone with, you know, who, you know, I don't know. They just saw somebody else in the role better, more business than show.
Right.
The way it is. But now let me ask you this. This.
Right.
I'm doing the story of my life.
Okay.
Do I hire myself or do I hire Dwayne Johnson to play me?
Oh, dude, don't stop. Stop. I always tell my community I
cannot
stand.
give you the answer.
No, you know
No,
what?
Who do I hire, bro?
No,
Here's
I
my
can't
answer.
stand Dwayne.
Here's my answer to this.
Who do I hire?
Yourself.
You hired Dwayne to play as your brother.
I'm tired of Dwayne getting a bunch of movies, man. I'm tired.
I mean, look at the Michael Jackson movie. They got Jafar Jackson playing his uncle.
Yeah.
So my thing is, hey, if I could kill two birds with one stone, play as myself, and have Dwayne play as my brother. Hey, look, it's a win-win. You know,
bro.
But again, you and I both know, you know, there's a lot of politics in the industry you got to play, and it can be a doozy.
There's a character that Dwayne played in this last movie where he got made up.
Smashing Machine.
Yeah,
right. I liked it. I thought it was
bro. Do you know people have taken pictures of the actual guy and put them beside me?
Yes,
and said,
dude.
Yep.
He's a perfect match. But Dwayne's production company was producing it.
Yeah.
$7.
Yeah.
There's no way Dwayne is going to hire me to play that role. There's no way he's going to hire me to play that role, bro. Regardless as to how much. Now, physically, I would have had to get on a cycle.
Yeah.
I would have had to get on a cycle. I would have had to roll it out for a few months. But I could have done it. But the writing was on the wall. In fact, some guy posted it, and underneath I said, "Man, that would be great, but let's be realistic. No way is Dwayne going to step aside and let me play this role. No way. No way. Why would he do that? He wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
he wouldn't do it.
And I mean, I would totally understand. It's just like you said. It's. I've already stated this to you before. Your time is coming. I've seen other actors that we've both known or we worked with that have paid their dues and then they blew. Like now they're starting to, you know, like we talked about on bench. It's just a slow process and all, and people will go back and say, "Yo, I remember this person did this and that. And look at him now, or look at her now. Look at where they're at and all that." So it's something to see. But here's the other thing I want to ask you. You know, I know we talked about Perfect Harmony because it was coming full circle with your voice acting. But this is the other thing I want to ask you. How does it feel when you're on the Comic-Con circuit, when you're doing appearances, and you have fans that, like, you know, even when you've done your live, and you have people responding to you from overseas that love your work and all, from the kids show, kids that grew up on you, and everything.
You can't put a number on that, bro. I mean, that's just adoration, and I appreciate it. And I've never told anybody no. They want to take a picture, I'll stop wherever we are, bro. Take a picture. You come up to me while I'm eating dinner. It don't matter to me, bro. Just let me get the stuff over.
Respect.
Step out my big. Let's take a picture. Let's go. You know, I've never said no, but then again, I've never been inundated. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like somebody like, I mean, you almost understand Kobe Bryant saying no.
Yeah.
You almost understand. You know, because every minute of the day, bro, people want to take a picture with them.
Right.
Every minute of the day. You know, I haven't experienced that yet. But now I will say that when I was doing Pair of Kings, I couldn't go to the mall on Saturday. Couldn't go to the mall on Saturday, bro. Every kid in the in the mall at the food court. We was taking pictures, signing autographs, signing T-shirts. It was like going to work, bro. My son hated it.
Really?
He hated it.
He liked it that his dad was famous? What?
Bro, he hated
What you mean?
it, bro. He hated anybody pulling my attention away from him.
Yeah.
He hated it. He hated it. But he was 10, 11 years old at the time.
Right.
So he hated it, bro. He hated it. Hated it. Couldn't stand it.
Yeah. But see, now with everything that you've done, Geno, man, like I got to pull this out. Like, what does success mean to you now versus when you started?
Oh. Dude, what I've learned about success is that there is no destination. You never arrive. You know what I mean? You never arrive. Because no matter how good the show is, or how good the movie is, or how good the video game is, you're still looking for the next buzz.
Yeah.
You know, it's you know, once you get that first hit, you're like a crackhead, bro.
For real. Facts.
You looking for that next hit, bro.
Facts.
So I know, like, when I got in The Lion King and I did my first red carpet, I thought, man, this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
2,500 shows later.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I'm like, yeah, this is a journey. This ain't no destination.
Yep.
This is a journey, bro. You know, so yeah, I mean, even now, I could be the next Darth Vader in Star Wars and be on every billboard on the planet.
Right.
I'm still looking for the next hit, baby.
Yeah.
Facts, man.
I'm a junkie like all of them.
Yeah. Real talk. But like, what's there, like, with all the pressure, like, that I know you faced all the pressure in the industry, no matter, you know, what it was, but was there ever a time that, like, be real, was there ever a time that you felt like you want to give up, man? And how'd you come back from that funk?
Bro, many times, bro. Many times. I told my wife, I said, hey, I'm gonna go do something else. I got an engineering degree. I'm gonna go, you know, transfer fluids or something like that.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
She's like, no, you're not. No, you're not.
Supportive.
You're not gonna be happy doing that.
Support. Mm-hmm.
And bro, you gotta have people like that in your life, man. If you're in a business like this, I give 1,000% credit to my wife, who's been so supportive, man. She is my director for my self-tapes. She has an ear for TV and ear for scenes, and she knows what it's supposed to sound like, what it's supposed to be, how it's supposed to feel, you know, what my character might be going through. She's really good at that, man. And I give her, but if I ever get on stage for an award or anything like that, man, she's going to be the first person I thank.
I feel you.
Yeah. My brother is going to be right up there, bro, because that dude, man, he refuses to allow me to quit. He knows I'm not a quitter.
Yeah.
And he's just always been there for moral support. Anything I ever needed. I need a ride from the airport, my brother's there. I mean, yeah, man, I got a really good, strong support team below me, bro, to support me, my foundation.
Right.
Really good friends, man. If I need a like when I did Banshee, bro, I was so exhausted, bro. I went to my best friend's house and just went to sleep. Just went to sleep.
Right.
And he didn't bother me, man. He knew that I was tired.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, man, and I needed to get away from everything. I went in there, man. I slept for like a whole weekend, bro.
For real.
Whole weekend, I was in there just knocked out.
Right.
But that's you know, that's the kind of people I have, man, that's got my back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what advice would you give other young actors that are trying to, or that are hungry, that want to get into this business? What kind of advice would you give them?
Keep your day job.
You heard it first
Keep
here.
your day job. Keep working at it. Keep working at it. Don't quit working at it.
Facts.
But keep your day job.
For
You know what I
real.
mean?
Facts.
Keep your day job, bro. I mean, don't think that because you did a movie, now you've arrived.
Right.
That's not how it works.
Mm-hmm.
It's not how it works, bro. It's not how it works. Yeah. and just keep your head down, continue to study, continue to sharpen the tools. Always, I do a lot of research on different characters and different references. I like Uta Hagen. I like Stanislavski. I like Uta Hagen more though, because she's more about representation as opposed to presentation. I'm always studying. I'm always looking at different techniques. I'm breaking down. I want to do this little thing with where I'm creating a community of actors, and where we just break down scenes. We just talk about scenes. What's going on in the scene? Why? Where are they going? Why are they going? What does he want? And what's he willing to do to get it? You know what I mean? Just basic stuff, man. But having a conversation about that can be really interesting. I think it can develop a community of actors who are bouncing ideas off of each other and understanding what took place in the scene and possibly how to reenact that when they get a scene for a self-tape that's similar to that scene. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you start breaking down these scenes and start understanding how these things come together, it can help you in your self-tape practice, And I'm looking forward to doing that. In fact, Sunday I'm doing a show I'm calling it Sunset Sunday, but I'm gonna figure out how to put scene breakdown, scene study, where we just have a conversation with actors. It's gonna be everything about the industry. I might even go into S corps. How to set yourself up as an S corp, which was the best thing I think I've ever done. And a young lady on Perfect Harmony asked me about setting herself up as a business, and I was able to help her understand what that would take. And every time I talk to her, she thanks me about helping her set that up, or helping her get in the mind frame of the steps she needed to take to set that up.
Okay.
And a lot of people that are actors just on a W-2.
Right.
No, fam. No, you're not on no W-2. You're on 1099. You need 1099. You need an I-9, baby. You need a loan out paperwork. So these are the things that a lot of actors let go to the wayside because they're really working on the craft.
Right.
And I think I could help a lot of actors in that sense, in the business side of the industry, And I want to create that community, and I'm starting out slow. We struggling. But we start out slow. We got to start somewhere, man. And why not start now?
Okay.
Have you ever pitched this idea to like the Screen Actors Guild or anything like this to form, sort of a branch that would be specifically oriented to actors and would-be actors that are taking a more pragmatic approach to the industry? Because it sounds like something that would be of universal appeal. I mean, anybody that's involved in the industry could really be, a really great tool for them.
Bro, I have not. And this goes all the way from SAG-AFTRA to AEA.
Yeah.
Actors equity. There are a lot of stage actors who are on W-2s, bro.
Yeah.
W-2s, it's like, no, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
Right.
You can't claim all the expenses. You can't claim you can't claim anything hardly on a W-2. You're a business. You're the product. Set yourself up like one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No,
This was really good. This is different than we've had a lot of different actors and voice actors and voiceover talents on our show, and it's really cool the spectrum of people that you meet and you see and the different approaches, and it's always refreshing. I don't think we've ever had any two that were the same. It's very people that take a sort of proactive approach to their destiny in this kind of thing, because I think that sometimes, specifically with like voice acting, that when you're an actor who is predominantly doing this high-end voice work, there's this sort of like nebulous idea that the general public has, like sometimes we open up the show and be like, how do you describe what it is that you do to somebody who may not know what it is that you do? And it's cool to see like everybody's different approach, and I love yours, man. It's absolutely awesome.
Facts.
And it's refreshing and it's different, and I gotta be honest, man, I'm a big fan, and it's cool. And I really hope people go online, go to your internet movie database page, check out some of these movies, some of these projects. Where can people find you if they want to follow you, if they want to check out the stuff that you're doing? Give us all the greatest hits, man.
Bro, listen. You see that name right there underneath my picture?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Everything, Geno Segers.
There you go.
And
IG,
don't forget to mention the words of wisdom.
well, even that, it's Geno Segers, WOW. It's easy.
Okay.
It's not hard. If you Google Geno Segers on Instagram, my name will pop up.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
TikTok,
like that.
any of it is all Geno Segers, bro. You can find me at genosegers.com. There's a landing page there that'll take you to all my social media. I'm big on Instagram and Facebook. I do a lot of posting on Instagram and Facebook. I'm trying to do more YouTube. But YouTube and I just got a bone to pick with them, man. They just demonetized me because my content wasn't related to my page or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm like,
Analytics, man.
but it's footage of me. The footage is of me. But that content belongs to someone else. But I'm in it. I don't understand. Why can't I post something that I'm in? Okay, you want to demonetize that particular video? Great, no problem. But take my whole page?
Yeah, right. It's weird. That's the YouTube place.
It's all about those algorithms, man. It's all about
Yeah,
AI deciding your fate.
Yep,
It's
yep.
ridiculous.
But before we go, Geno, listen, we love to do this. We love to have fun with a lot of our guests on here, man. We like to do a little rapid fire, you know what I'm saying? The chat actually pulled in and gave me a lot of good stuff, man. So this is rapid fire. So, I mean, listen, come on top of your head, spill it out, man. You already know, right? So here we go. Live action acting or video game acting?
Live action.
Live action. Most physically demanding role you've done?
Jake Littlestone.
All right. A role you wish you could redo?
Redo?
Yep.
Dwayne from Perfect Harmony.
Okay. Hardest thing about voice acting?
Vocal stress.
Okay. And last but not least, funniest direction you've ever gotten in a recording session?
About to put somebody on blast.
Chat got me on that one. I was like, you know what? I'll add that in there.
Yeah.
Deeper.
Deeper? What? What? Come on, man. How low of a baritone can you be, man? Like, come on.
Deeper.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
I laughed too. I was like,
oh my God. There we go. That was rapid fire with Geno.
No. The way they said deeper was like, deeper.
Stop.
Oh my God.
I can't, man. Geno, again, thank you so much for jumping in with us, man. Seriously, we appreciate you having you on this show, man. Like, seriously, we would love to have you back on a future episode later down the line, 100%. Seriously.
And Geno, don't go nowhere when we're done the show, but go ahead.
Okay, brother.
This was a real pleasure. We really appreciate you taking the time for us, man. This was very fun. We hope you had fun too.
Family,
Seriously.
The pleasure was mine, man. You guys have a great night and an even better tomorrow.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
yeah, don't go nowhere. Don't go
Much
nowhere.
love. But for chat, listen, if you enjoyed the show, make sure you definitely go ahead, like, subscribe, man. Make sure you share to everybody. You can't miss this episode. I know somebody else missed this episode, so make sure you share that episode with everybody. Be like, yo, Geno's on, man. You got to see this, man. Like, this dude was so cool. Make sure you share with all your friends, man. And like I said, we got the QR code right down the bottom, man. You can reach us in all social medias. PTC Nation is just for you. You already know the jingle, man. Like, seriously, we love it all, man. Listen, we cannot wait to bring in more guests for y'all, man. Like Geno, man. I mean, seriously, this is awesome as always, dude. I mean, I don't want to end the show, to be honest with you. So for real, I mean, that's just me. But again, we want to take the time to thank you, Geno. Much love. We appreciate you. And again, for Geno, for Smoke, for Civic, I'm McNux. This has been Pass Controller. And as always, people, get good.
Peace and hair grease, y'all. Peace and hair grease.
And watch Bone Tomahawk.
Oh, yeah.
Outstanding, Geno. Thank you.
100%, bro. 100%.
Oh my God. Hey, Mark, can you give us to our ID for us? Give us ID for us? Yeah, Geno, we just
smoke after the smoke shot.
However you want to say it.
Yeah.
Hey, so I didn't know you knew Jeff Rector. Jeff Rector, I saw it was an interview you did with him. He's like an actor, producer. It was on one of the red carpets you did a while long.
Oh yeah, that's true. A lot of interviews on the carpet.
Yeah.